Trump's win, cash in of $2,000 worth of stimulus checks coming straight to your mailbox or in your bank account. If you like the sound of it, then this is a very important video for you. Look at this. When Trump's $2,000 tariff checks could arrive, and this is the moment that millions of Americans were waiting for.
Last week they found $29 billion and they couldn't figure out where it came from. I said, check the tariff shelf. And they said, how did you know that's where it came from? Taking in billions and even trillions of dollars in tariffs.
$29 billion just in 1 week in tariff money. And you know how much money President Trump and this administration needs to send these $2,000 worth of checks to millions of Americans? Just $160 billion. And just because of this, a number of analysts are saying that this check could be coming to you before Christmas. Well, it doesn't stop here. Look at this. Stimulus check update. Finally, Andrew Yang says Democrats should back Trump's plan. This is the same presidential candidate who said that when I'll become the president, I'll give UBI, that is universal basic income, of $2,000 to each and every American. Before I get into the details, all I need is just a little favor. It takes 2 seconds to please hit that like button on this video. So without any further ado, let's begin. So it all started with $2,000 checks and its announcement from President Donald J. Trump, and he announced these checks on Truth Social. Look at this. People that are against tariffs are fools. We are now the richest, most respected country in the world with almost no inflation and a record stock market price. 401ks are highest ever. We are taking in trillions of dollars and will soon begin paying down our enormous debt. $37 trillion. Record investment in the US, plants and factories going up all over the place. A dividend of at least $2,000 a person. Please pay attention to this. $2,000 a person, not including high income people, will be paid to everyone. A number of people actually messaged me that what President Trump meant by a person. Well, it means that each adult and dependent will receive this $2,000 check. So if you are a family of 4, you could receive up to $8,000. If you're a family of 5, you could receive $10,000. If you're a couple, you are going to receive $4,000. It all depends on the proposal or a bill that is due from President Trump and Republican Party. Well, talking about Republican Party, this is not the only party that is supporting this bill. Right now, even Democrats are saying that we need to send this $2,000 check to millions of Americans. I'm gonna get into the details of those in just a minute, but look at this. A breaking news is here. Right? Stimulus check update. Andrew Yang says Democrats should back Trump's plan of $2,000 checks to millions of low and middle income Americans. And if you don't know, then let me just tell you what he meant by this. Well, low and middle income people means that anyone who makes $100,000 and less is going to be eligible to receive this check. So if you are someone whose income is $100,000 or less, or you have no income at all, then you are going to be eligible for this check because you belong to low and middle income category. Well, it doesn't stop here. Look at this. Americans are feeling the pain of the affordability crisis. There's not any wiggle room. Right now, millions of Americans are saying that we need this check right now before Christmas. And the reason is simple. Affordability crisis. Millions of Americans are unable to put 3 meals a day for themselves and their loved ones. If you go to the grocery store, you already know that the prices of basic necessities is skyrocketing. Well, things are changing very quickly, and it seems like there's an immense pressure on this administration and especially on President Donald J. Trump to send these checks to millions of Americans. And right after the tweet, or you can say the post that I showed you that he posted on Truth Social, he followed up with this one: as all money left over from $2,000 payments made to low and middle income US citizens from the massive tariff income pouring into our country from foreign countries, which will be substantial, will be used to substantially pay down national debt. Thank you for your attention to this matter. President Donald J. Trump. This is huge because you need to understand that President Donald J. Trump is saying that no matter what, I am going to send this check to Americans, because as I showed you the video earlier, that just in 1 week, US received $29 billion in tariff revenue. So in total, Trump needs only $160 billion to send these $2,000 checks to low and middle income Americans. Look at this, as this is real important. President Trump's $2,000 tariff dividend check, if it becomes reality, will not arrive until next year. This is what President Donald J. Trump said. And what I meant by this, look at this. We are going to be issuing dividends later on, somewhere prior to, probably the middle of next year. Well, this is what President Donald J. Trump said, but according to a number of analysts and experts, there's an immense pressure on President Donald J. Trump right now to send these $2,000 checks, especially after Zohran Mamdani won the NYC election. As you already know, that President Trump recently met Mamdani, and it was a friendly meeting, which was indeed a miracle. But you need to understand that after that win, millions of Americans are asking only one question, that does it mean that president is losing the trust of American people? And that's why president is talking about these $2,000 checks. Or is it a political stunt like the previous $5,000 worth of Doge stimulus check that Elon Musk and President Trump both announced, but nothing happened? But after President Donald J. Trump announced these $2,000 checks to millions of Americans, a reporter asked Caroline Levitt that, what do you think what White House is going to do with these $2,000 checks? Are you going to back President Trump's plan of sending $2,000 to millions of Americans? And this is what she replied with.
Should U.S. Citizens expect a $2,000 proposal? Is the White House committed to making that happen?
The White House is committed to making that happen, yes. And we are currently exploring all legal options to get that done. I don't have a timeline for you or any further details, but I can confirm for you that the president made it clear he wants to make it happen. And so his team of economic advisors are looking into it. And when we have an update, we'll provide one.
President and White House both are analyzing all the economical as well as legal options to send these $2,000 checks to millions of Americans. And not just the White House, not just President Trump, but a number of Republicans are also pushing for these checks, including Andrew Yang. Look at this. Former Democratic presidential candidate Andrew Yang endorsed President Trump's plan to send money directly to Americans, saying that Democrats should get on board with the proposal. Means that right now, Democrats are also saying, along with Republicans and President Trump, that these $2,000 checks should go to millions of low and middle income Americans. So it's just a matter of time. As soon as the bill comes into Congress, it will be approved by Democrats and Republicans. And this is the view of a number of analysts and experts, because it seems like that both parties want to send these $2,000 checks to millions of Americans for different reasons. At one side, Democrats are saying that inflation is up, we need to send these $2,000 check. On the other hand, President Trump is saying that we are receiving billions and trillions of dollars from these tariff revenue. That's why this $2,000 check is imminent, and it's gonna go to millions of low and middle income Americans. But at the same time, do you know that President Donald J. Trump said numerous times that these checks are going to the people, but recently he said that this check will go sometime in the middle of next year. And that's where a number of analysts and experts are saying that President Donald J. Trump announced these checks to win the next year's midterm election, because he will send these checks just before the midterm election so he can regain the trust of American people, and then Americans will vote for him. Well, this is something that actually created a widespread confusion. A number of Americans are asking that, why wait till next year? Why not before Christmas? And there's an immense pressure right now after President Donald J. Trump announced these $2,000 check. Americans are asking only one question, even in the comment section of our videos, that why these checks are not coming before Christmas, because we need to celebrate Christmas with our loved ones, and we don't have the means to celebrate it properly, because we cannot even put 3 meals a day for ourselves and our loved ones. And $2,000 check is going to be a breathing room in this inflation for millions of low and middle income Americans. What do you think about this whole situation? Please let me know in the comments below. And do you support these $2,000 check from President Donald J. Trump? If you do, then and write in the comment section, I support $2,000 check. Again, if you support it, then write in the comment section, I support $2,000 check, because remember, if you don't do anything, nothing will happen. And do you know you can save around $1,100 when it comes to your Medicare plan? That's why I partnered with Chapter, where you can get unbiased help from a real person absolutely free. Call the number on the screen today, 212-461-4492, and get the help that you deserve absolutely free. Remember that these $2,000 checks is something that millions of Americans are waiting for. They need to see this check in their mailbox. They need to see this check as a direct deposit into their bank account. If you are one of them, then make sure you click on the subscribe button on the Credit Vital Show right now and click on the bell icon, because we give you update about stimulus checks every single day, because there is tons of information. And right here we also give you all the sources and credits of the articles that we reference in this video in the video's description, because we want to be as honest, as transparent as possible. If you have any questions at all, then please let me know in the comments below, and I'll be happy to answer each and every question of yours, as Credit Vital channel will always be with you in your good and difficult times. Well, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video very soon. Till then, please take care and have a nice day.